Okay, guys. Yesterday we are talking about the data types. Okay. So as I told yesterday, we have total total six different data types. Like number. Under the number, we have three category: integer, float, complex, list, tuple, string, dictionary, and set. Okay. So all data types are very important. Okay, and we will start today is very important data type that is called list. Okay, so what is the list? Anyone has any idea? Hello guys, can you hear me?
Set of elements.
Sorry.
Set of elements.
Set of element. Okay, what is the other property?
We can store different data types in a list. Any data type. Right?
And
And it is immutable. Mutable means elements can be changed.
okay, and okay, cool guys. Whatever the thing like Python list is is a mutable, and it's a heterogeneous data type. Means it can be heterogeneous or homogeneous both. Okay, so array is just a homogeneous. Homogeneous and heterogeneous means we can store same type of data or we can store different types of data also. Okay, so let's see, because list is very important. So let's start from list. Okay, then we see other data types. Okay, so first we'll see the property of the list. Okay, so as you told, like what else should I write first? All of you are able to see my screen, or I have to maximize this one.
No, we can see it.
Yeah. So first is list is can store any type of data. Okay, so like if you compare with list and array, okay, so this is the main difference between list and array, and some people can say like list is the advanced version of array. Why? Because list can store any type of data, but in array we can store only single type of data. And some people has connection in the Python we cannot use array. Yes, guys, directly we cannot use array, but if you want to import numpy, then you can work on array also. Okay, so here list can store any type of data. Second is list is a mutable type. Okay, list is a mutable. What is that meaning? Once it means if user has defined list, okay, and later a user wants to add or delete or perform any operation, just user can perform because list is a mutable data type. Third is told list is a ordered collection. So who will tell what is the ordered collection? Anyone has any idea?
Means it can be represented via indexes.
Yes. List support index and slicing. So ordered collection means the sequence whatever you have given, it will print the same sequence if the user is not doing any addition or deletion. Okay. Support indexing and slicing. Okay. So here the one concept is support indexing and slicing. So as I told, like index start from
0.
0.
from 0, and length start from
1.
okay. So this concept we have to remember. Okay, so most of the time whenever we are applying one loop or we want fetching some data, So generally we use index. Okay. And for the length, like we are using, if we want to check the length of that particular list. Okay. So we'll see first all these property one by one, then we will go in deep in list. Okay. So first thing is list can store any type of data. What does that mean? In the list, Python supports 6 data types. So it means in a list we can store all 6 data types in a list. So let's see, I will create one value where equal to, so we use square bracket. Okay. So in the square bracket, I will say integer value, then float, and then complex. 2 plus 5. And I can use store string also. So I'll say string. I can use list also. List inside list. Okay. Yes, we can do. Okay. So 2, 1, 1, 3. We can store tuple also. And we can store dictionary value pair, and we can store set also. Okay, so let's see. First, we have to check the type of this data, this variable. Okay, then we'll see like this is list only or some other value. Okay, so which function we use to check? Type function. So I'll say type of var. So it should print class list. So let's see. It's printing class list. So it can confirm this is a list. Now, so list can store any table. So list is a mutable data type. Okay. So list is a mutable data, as I told, like we can change or delete the value. So suppose I will say I want to check this thing. So I will say, I will comment this thing. I'll say print print where zero index value. So what is zero index value? 1. Okay. I want to assign something. So I will say I am assigning a missing. Okay, now I have assigned this value at the 0 index. Now I have to check whatever the value we have assigned, it is updating in list or not. So what I will do, I will print the updated list. So when I will print A, so it should print Amit Saxena. So I'll say print where, and I will run it. So here you can see it is printing Amit Saxena. Okay, instead of 1. So it means list is a mutable data type. Third property is list is a ordered collection. So if I am not performing any operation, okay, so whatever the sequence I have given, like 1, 1.0, 2.5, string, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it will print the same sequence. If I will run my this list now, or I will run this list after 1 day or 2 days, it will print the same sequence. It will not change anything. Okay, this is called an ordered collection. List support indexing and slicing. This is yes, list support indexing and slicing because list is a ordered collection. So how many people know how we can check index and slicing? You know, all people know what is the concept of indexing and slicing.
No.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so I will say I have to. Okay, we'll come to it. So first we'll see the index. So where of 7. So what value it will print? Where of 7?
Set 3, 4.
We'll say this index start from 0. So say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So if I'll be aware of 7 index value, so it will print this value. So let's see, it is printing this value or not. Yes, it is printing same value. Correct. Like this, I can change with another value like 4. So what is 4 index value? That list only. Correct. 2, 3, 4. So I will run. So it means 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now guys tell me if I will write 9. So 9 index value, we have anything?
No.
So what it will happen?
Out of range error.
List index out of range. Okay, that value you have given the index value, that index value is not available. Okay, so index out of range. Now, if I will give -9, then same error. Okay, so Amit, we don't have a 9 value. Okay, we'll say -4. What value it will print? It will be 2, 3, 4. So this is -4. Okay, let's see -3. So it should print string or 4, 5, 6. Let's see.
Tuple.
4, 5, 6, and this tuple it is printing. Okay, how it works? Okay, so if you want to work with negative indexing, okay, so after the 0, what value becomes? If you go in negative value, after 0, what value comes? -1. Okay, so we will use -1. So after 0, if we are getting negative value, so we will not now left positive value we are printing left to right. If we have negative value, then we will go right to left. So if I will run, so after 0, we will get -1. So this is the -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, 6, 7, and 8. So now everybody can understand what is the value of -3. This value.
Yes.
Now, if I will say -5 value. So what is the -5 value? String.
String.
So I will run. It is printing string. Now the question is like whenever we are working with indexing and slicing, so every time we have to write this thing positive and a negative one. Okay. So yes, there's one more formula. Okay. With the help of that, you can find out the negative value corresponding. So what is the negative -3 corresponding value in positive index? 5. -2 value is 6. -1 value is 7. Okay. -6 value. Okay. There's one formula. With the help of that, you can find out the negative value. So I'll say total length. So what is the total length of this variable?
8.
7.
8.
Oh, 8.
And after that, we give the negative value. What is the negative value? -5. Correct? So what value will come if I will do
3.
3? So what is the -5 value? 3. If you want to do like a user has given -2. Okay. So -2, what value?
2
Positive
plus
6.
5G.
So same value. So -2 value is this one. And the positive, it will check the 6. So you can find out you can use this formula also. Okay. So you will get the corresponding value. So if people are saying -2, so automatically you will understand user wants to print +6 index value. Okay. So now let's see. So this is the value. So index we are using to print only one character. If we have a requirement, we want to print more than one character. So we will use slicing. So what is the syntax of slicing? Anyone has any idea?
Starting index colon end index.
So the start point, colon, end point, -1. And you can say a difference or stop, whatever you want, you can say. Okay. So the different is optional. Okay. So I will use this syntax. So first I will take these two value. Okay. Then I will take this one also. So I'll say print whereof. So starting point I have given 1, end point we have given 5. Okay. So what value it will print? So it will start from 1. So first it will print, it will print 1 to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will start 1.0 float value. It will start from float value and it will go to this tuple. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7. But it will not print this value. Because what is the thing? Endpoint minus 1. So 5 minus 1, 4. So it will print, it will start from 1 and print this 2, 3, 4, the fourth index value. So let's see. Yes or no? It's printing.
Yes.
Okay. So it is printing. Now I will say 9. So now tell me guys what value it will print or it will throw error. We have 9th index value. Yes or no?
No.
No.
No. So it will throw error or output.
Error.
Error.
It's not giving error. Because why it is not giving error? You are searching that value. But 1 to 9, you print 1 to 9, but 9 we don't have. So it will take what is the last index value, 7 till 7. So it will not throw error. It will print that whatever the last index value. 1:9. Okay, so when you are using, so what you are doing, you are requesting like I have to print 1 to 9 index. Okay, so 9 minus 1, 8. So it will check we have 8 index value. No, we have value for till only 7 index. So what it will not throw error, whatever the index value we have till, so it will print that value. Okay, so in generally when you're using slicing, so most of the time, not most of the time, every time you will not get any error if you're passing this type of thing. Okay, I will show you one thing. -5. Okay, now tell me what value it will print. See carefully. First value is positive, second value is negative. Okay, so now tell me what value it will print.
1.0 and 2 plus 5j.
So first we have to check. So if we have this type of thing, so first we have to check we are going left to right or right to left. Okay, so in every language we are printing the value in left to right. Okay, so say this is the first, this is the start point. -5, this is the -5. If I will add -1 also, okay, so what will become? -6. So it is going starting from left to right. Okay, so if I will run, so it is printing only these two values. Okay, now what I will do, I will say -8. Okay, so what is the starting point? This one. And what is the
1.0.
negative point? This one. So we are printing left to right or right to left? Starting point this one, and we are going this direction, na?
Right to left.
Right to left.
Right to left. So if you have this type of situation, it will not print anything. It will print the empty list. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here you can see it is printing the empty list. Why it is printing? So always remember guys, whenever you are using Python or like English sentence, we are writing the left to right. Okay, we are not printing value right to left. So always this approach will be, we will follow. So always we will print value from left to right. Okay, this value is correct, it will print a value, but if it is printing like this, so it will not work and it will print empty out. Okay, so what I will do, let's see some other examples. Okay, because why we are discussing indexing and slicing? Because indexing and slicing can be used in list, tuple and string. Okay, same concept will work everywhere. So now guys, tell me what will be the output?
Again, empty string.
Sorry,
Again, empty string.
empty list. Correct. All of us clear? It is why it will print empty list.
Because it's taking values from right to left.
Yes, because the starting point is -1. So this is the -1. Okay, and last point is end point. So this will here. So always we are going to right to left. So it will not print anything. Okay. Now -4. What value to print, guys?
2 plus 5j string 234. Okay.
Now what value to print?
2 plus 5j to 1 2.
So it will start from here. Positive index, negative index value is this one. Okay, so it will be -2 because endpoint -1. It will to come to here. So let's see. It is printing 2. This is starting from here and printing till here. Okay. Now what I will do? We have seen like positive, negative. We can take the negative value also. Now tell me, guys, what value it will print?
Nothing. Empty string.
Why?
Or 3 4.
Because the last index will not be included. So since the starting and the last index is the same.
See, guys, what is starting point? 3.4. What is negative point? -1. So endpoint we are given. So we have added -1 also. So it will become -2. Yes or no? So we are going right to left. That's why it is not printing anything. Guys, all of you understood this concept?
Can we try once with 1 and -1 again?
Yeah. So what is starting point? This one. What is the
Yeah.
end point? This one. So end point -1. So it will become -2. So it will print 2 2. This one.
Okay, 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 okay.
Got
Okay,
it?
okay. Yeah, yeah.
Anyone has any doubt? Okay. Now let's see. What is the output? Who will explain? Why it is not printing output? Because this is the starting point. What is starting point? This set 3 comma 4. Okay, and what is the endpoint? That endpoint is also same. So what we do? Endpoint -1. So value is already -1. So -1 -2. So it will become this one. Starting point this one, endpoint this one. We are going right to left. So it will not print anything. Got it? Any doubt, anyone?
Can you explain once more empty set one?
Empty set. Empty set. Empty list or set? Empty list. This. Yeah, I will come to this. Okay, no problem. So if I will use this thing. Hello, who asked this question?
Me, Swati.
Swati. Yeah. Can you you want to print here? I will not provide anything, or you asking something different?
No, the one which you were explaining.
Which one?
Empty list. Yeah, the square bracket was coming, right?
This is also for this one also in multiple cases. Square, empty square. This one empty list will come. You're talking about this case.
Yes. In which you said no, when it will go right to left, it will become.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. No problem. I will explain. So what I told, like we will not print value from right to left. We always print left to right. Okay. So we have to check if we have a value from like this. Okay. If we are going left to right, we will print the value always. Okay. But we have this situation. We are printing right to left. We are going in this direction. So it will not print any value. It will print the empty list. Why? Let's see. Okay. So here what we are doing, the -1. So what is the starting point, Swati? -1. This value
3 4.
Yeah.
Correct. And what is the negative value? Endpoint value -1. So what is the syntax? Endpoint -1. So endpoint value is -1, -1, -1, -2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are going. This is the start value, and this is the end value. So we are going in which direction? Right to left or left to right?
Left to right.
Right to left, na? You're going this one, na? This is the starting point.
Yeah.
And
Right.
this is the end point. So we are going like this direction. So that's why it is not printing anything. It is printing empty list.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah. Got that.
Amit,
Yeah.
this endpoint -1 is applicable only for negative, right?
Negative -1. See this. What your question? Sorry.
This syntax, this endpoint -1 is applicable only for negative indexing, right?
No. For everyone. For positive indexing also.
Okay.
Okay. Suraj,
Like,
you are Suraj.
Can you give example, Amit, for that?
Okay. So I will
Amit,
take-
before we move ahead, just a request. Could you please, I mean, do all these examples in Jupyter Notebook, because by that way it will be, after session you can maybe share this Jupyter Notebook with everyone, and in long run it will be easy to refresh the things or revise the things, because as of now we are doing the examples and then omitting it, so it will not be remembered after if we revisit this course after long time.
Sure. I will open.
Because that way we can actually store each and every example. There is a different cell for everything, right?
Yeah. Okay, actually I have downloaded this Anaconda because directly I was not able to access this. Wait, I will tell. There's some permission issues. Wait, I will try one
Try
more.
restarting Anaconda once.
I can.
Okay.
Amit, I have sent in a command, so can you please run this? If
This is for Mac. This is for applicable for every operating system. If dependency resolver does not currently take into all account of packages returns from the various. So let's see. Since this is my office laptop, so I have created a separate account. Because of this, it is giving some. No. Okay, 2 times. Okay, nice. So I will define this list again. Okay. All of you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, so if I will run, so it is printing all these things. Okay, now we are talking about the indexing. Okay, so let's. So I will write a. What is our formula? The start point, colon, end point, and difference. So I will take the value 0, colon, minus. Okay, so what value to print, guys? Who will tell? So we can 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we have written 0. So I'll say -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, and -7. Okay, so we are starting with 0. So it will start from 1. Okay, now -4. So -4 will be this one. Okay, so definitely we are going left to right. It will print that value. So here we are using our formula is start point and end point. Okay, so let's see. Let's say y and tx. Syntax is start point, colon, end point, -1. So this is for every condition, not always positive or negative. So I'll say end. Okay, so what value we have given? -1.
Yes.
So -4. So if I will and -1, then what value will get?
-5.
5. Okay, so if I will run, so what value it will print?
1.2 and string.
Correct. So it will print only this value. Okay, so it is why we are going left to right or right to left.
Left to right.
We are going left hand, that's why it is printing the output. Otherwise, it will not. Okay, so I will take A colon 0 colon 4. Okay, so what will be the output, guys? Again, starting with 0. What is the positive index value? 7, 8, 9. Fourth index value this one, but we will do -1. Then it will print this value. After the string, it will print list also. All are clear? So let's see. Yes or no? It is correct or not? Okay. Any doubt, anyone? Okay. There's no doubt. Let's see. So if I'll say, guys, okay.
Hello, Amit.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry to disrupt. In the previous notebook, you mentioned the syntax as start point
Okay.
colon endpoint -1 colon difference.
Yeah, I will come this difference also. Okay, I will show you like how it works.
Okay.
Yeah. So in that, anyone has any doubt? Okay. So let's see. We have given the value from start and endpoint both. Okay. Now this time I will not give value. Okay. So let's see if I will not give any value our start point. Okay. So what value it will print? Let's see. I'm not giving any value. I'll say colon, and I just giving the negative value. Okay. I will say 4. So now tell me, guys, what output will print?
From the beginning to the ending?
From beginning to 3.
Till list.
Beginning to 3.
Sorry,
From-
beginning to.
Yeah, from beginning to 3.
First 3 values.
1 2 1 2 3. I think.
Okay, so what is starting point? Okay, 0 to start 1, 1.2 string, this list, and this value. So this value we have already given. So what is the endpoint -1? So it will print till here. Okay, so I will run. This one and this one, there is no difference. This line number, like this statement and this statement. Okay, but in the first one we have explicitly defined 0, but in the second one we have not defined. So if we have not given any start point, so always it will start from beginning. Now the same thing I will do here, A colon 4 colon. So now tell me, guys, what value it will print?
From 4 till last.
7 8 9 2 0 8 8.
Why it will not do endpoint -1?
No, it
No.
starts from 7 8 9, right?
7 8.
0
No.
1 2 3.
Because endpoint we have not given. Okay, so we will, if the user has not given any value, so we cannot subtract -1. So what it will? It will start with 4 and it will go to till last. What are the last index value? Okay, so it will print 8 colon 0. So let's see. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now the thing is, if I will not provide any value, then
Entire list.
what value to print? Sorry,
Entire list.
entire list. Correct. So whenever you have this type of situation, you will check what is start point. Start point has not given, so automatically we start with the beginning. Endpoint is not given, so you remember we have to go till last. Now there's one more thing which we have not noticed. This is called difference, or some people say stack. Okay, so let's see what is this. Anyone has any idea what is this?
Yeah, we can provide a step size to
Yeah.
jump upon.
So 0 colon 4, and I will give 2. Okay, and I will run. It is printing 1 and string. Why it is printing 1 and string? So
0
let's
and
see.
2.
So what is it is starting with 0. What is the 0? 1. Okay. After that we have to go till 4. So 4 is 4 minus 1, 3. So it will start with 1 and it will go to this list. Okay, but the difference is 2. So first it will print this one. Okay, 1, and after 2 difference. So 1 will be gone, 1.2 will be gone. Then what value will come? String. So it will print that value. After that, this value will gone. Next value is also gone. So it should print this one because this value we have not given. So it will print 1 colon string only. Okay, so let's see if I will give 5. Okay, now tell me guys, what will be the output?
0, 2, and 4 index.
7, 8, 3.
So how many people are able to understand why it is printing this output?
Can you please explain once more? Amit? Not able to understand.
So the thing is, what is the start point?
G.
So it will start from 1. What is the end point? 5.
5.
So what is the syntax? End point minus 1. So it will come to till here. Yes or no? This is the range.
Correct.
What is the difference? 2. So first it will print 1. Sorry. First it will print 1. After it, 2 difference we have given. So we'll take 1 value or 2 value. After that, what value? String. So it will print string. So after printing, again 2 value difference. So I will remove this one and this one. So what is the value? 789. So it is printing 789. Because how much difference we are given? 2. So now if I'll give 1, then is printing anything? Same. Correct? Now if I will give 3, then how many will it will print? Who will tell?
2.
2. Which value 2?
1 and 1, 2, 3.
Correct? So this is understandable, or like anyone has any doubt?
Can you repeat once again, Amit?
So this is 0, 5 to 3. Okay. So what value it printing? 1. So one thing first we have to check what is start and end point. So for this condition, what is the start and end point?
0 and minus 0 and 4.
0 and 4. This is the range. Okay. Fine. Okay. So what is the first value? 1. Correct?
Yes.
It is printing first. What is the difference now? 3.
3.
So it will remove 1, 2, 3. Correct? After that, what value will get? 1, this list. Correct? So we will
Yes.
print. After that, again 3 difference, but 1, 2. But our list is going out of index because we have living the end point is 5. So 5 minus 4. So this is the end point. So if I want to print, so we have to go outside. So it will not print anything. It will print only 1 and this list.
Yes.
Got it?
Yes. So difference will be including the starting point, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyone has any doubt?
Amit, I could not understand.
So what you're gonna debate the problem? Who asked this question? Swati, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me what value you are not able to understand. Swati.
The difference one which you showed.
Okay. Eraser. I have removed this. Okay, Swati. So what is the value here? 0. What is the 0 value? 1.
1.
Correct. What is the endpoint value? 5. So 5 minus 4. So this is the last value.
Yeah.
Our loop will, our range, it will work. It will between this and this one. Correct.
Yes. Yes.
What is the difference we have given? 3.
3.
Okay. So after printing, so it will print the value after 3 difference. So first value we have print 1. Correct.
Yeah.
What is difference? 3. So 1, this one, 1.2 is second, and string is 3. After the string, what value we have?
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. This list again. Next, correct? So first value we have print this value. Okay, after that 3 difference. So 1, 2, 3 difference. So after 1, it will printing this list. Okay, so again we have to take the 3 difference, but the problem is we don't have value. We have given range till 4 only. So if I will go, so what is the this is third index. Okay, so we have printed this value, so this will become first difference. Second difference will be 7, 8, 9. This will be second, and third is this one list, dictionary, Amit and colon Python. But the problem is we have given range till to 5. So till here only, like till 5 minus 4. So we have range only till here. So we cannot complete this process. So that's why it is printing only 1 and this list.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Swati,
Yes, yes.
anyone has any doubt, guys?
Amit,
Yeah.
can we give the indifference value? Can we give the negative value also?
Yes.
Can you show example?
Yeah. What value it is printing?
Okay, it is going left, right to left, it seems. Right?
So let's see, I will say 3 or 4. Printing any?
Nothing.
You can take any value.
Yes, okay. Got it.
Okay. Anyone
And
else?
can we give the positive value only? With can we give more than total length? Then also the output will be 0, right?
Yeah. So what value you want to give here?
Let's say the total length plus 1. In this case, it would be 8 plus 1, 9.
No.
Okay, first value it will correct. Yeah, got it.
Any other doubt, guys?
That negative difference, can you please explain one more? Why it's printing empty element?
Negative index, negative difference, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what will be the value?
Empty. How it's doing this way?
Yeah. So like how you will print a negative difference? Earlier we are saying we are printing between 1 to 3. So we have 2 difference. So we are removing that value. Okay. But if we are giving negative, then how you will do calculation? You will go in backward. Negative indexing will work. Okay. But negative step, how it will work? See, we are printing this value. Okay. Positive 2. So we do like we are printing between 0 to 4. And we have to give the 2 difference. Okay. So we have to take this value and this value, and second value printed this one. Okay. But if we are giving -2, then how you will check? You will go in backward? No.
Okay, can we do one thing? Can we reverse the order? Say 5, 0, and -2.
Yeah. So what is starting point?
Okay.
What is starting point?
This one, Amit Python.
Okay. Now we are going 0, 5, 0. This one. And what is the difference? So we are going in backward direction only. Correct?
Correct.
So what is the first value? This one.
1.2. Okay, yeah.
Got it?
Yeah. So in this way, I mean, if you're providing minus as a difference, we can move from right to left.
Yes. So you have to check what I told. If you have that direction, if you now here earlier what we are doing, we are giving the point like starting to end. So left to right, and we are printing the positive value. So it was working. But now we have to use the negative index value. So what we have changed the situation. So now if we are going this one, what I told, it will not print right to left, but this situation has changed. We are going right to left, so that's why we are printing negative value.
Okay, okay. And if we just give colon -1, then it will simply reverse the list, right?
Yes, this is the like Python behavior. Okay. So generally, if people will ask like, can you print reverse your string or revert your list? Okay. So it will just print that value, reverse the value.
Okay, okay.
And Amit, we cannot traverse from right to left, right? But in negative index, it is traversing. Why is it like that?
So you're talking about this one or last one?
Say last one also it was traversing from right to left, right? But
Here the situation has changed. Okay. So we are printing negative one. Okay. So if you are using positive value, so it will print always left to right. But here the difference is given -2. Okay. So in that situation will change according to that. So here now it will print because negative difference we have to print. Okay. So what we do, we will not go in left to right. We'll go right to left. So if you are using positive, if you are not using difference, then always we have to print left to right. But here when we are using negative index, so we have to print according to that. Okay. So this is the
So
thing.
I think in this scenario, Python is internally considering the difference as 1. Whenever we are not passing the difference, we are just giving the starting point and end point. It's considering difference as 1 by default, I guess.
By default, yes, yes. Okay.
+1.
So this is
Okay.
just optional. Okay. So when we will see some like index function. Okay. So inbuilt function. So that time you will get to know like if we are not providing any value, so Python will take that value as none or 0, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. One last thing. Can we try with 0? A difference as 0, just to be sure. Maybe you interchange that value also. 0.5. 0.5. Just last step cannot be 0. Okay, even it will not work. Okay, okay, got it.
Okay. So so you have to check the difference also. Okay. When we are passing a negative and we are printing the value left to right or right to left, so that time the difference value was 0. Okay. So now we have given +2. Okay. And we have seen -2. So it will work according. So if I will say -2 and I will print left to right. Okay. So what will be the
It
output?
not work. Empty list.
Empty. Okay. So now if you want to print, then you have to change the value like this. Okay.
Similarly, if we don't give any value, then it is from the starting to the ending. But if we give a negative value, then it reverses it, right?
Yes, yes. So you have to check the scenario, what scenario you have. According to that, you will print. So now if I will run this value, then what value it will print according to you? You should put an empty list.
Empty list, yes.
Empty list.
Empty. Got it?
Amit, Girish here. I have a question.
Yeah.
If you can come to the var thing, EA is equal to the question.
Yeah.
Okay. The last thing, the sixth one is 80. And when we have completed all the things, it has got reversed 0 to 8. Even
Yeah.
I tried now the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So is it like functional thing or
See,
does it
so
get reversed?
what is this? So guys, this is the set, and set is a unordered collection. Okay. So there's one interesting thing here. Okay. So guys, like if we are using Python version, Python 3.6. So in that time, we have two unordered collection. One is dictionary, second is the set. But after 3.7, 3.6, we got new version 3.7. So in that, only one data type is unordered. That is called set. Not so. What they had done after a 3.7 version, dictionary is also ordered collection. But if you check 3.6, so dictionary is a unordered collection. So because of this unordered collection, it can print a value 8,0 or 0,8. So if I will give more value, then it will also switch the value. That's why we are saying list is a ordered collection. The sequence which you have given, okay, you can use that only. Okay, that's why we are not using indexing and slicing in dictionary and set, because there is no fixed value. Okay, so it can be print. Sometimes we are printing 1, sometimes we're printing 2, like that. So we are not using that value, negative indexing. So set is a unordered collection. Okay, unordered means yes.
So has it been done intentionally, leaving it unordered for any purpose or something?
So set we will discuss like why it is unordered. Okay. So the
Okay,
thing is, like generally we are using set when we want to perform the mathematical operation. Okay. So we will discuss set, then you will get the more understanding about the set. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the index. This indexing. Guys, can you unmute? I will background noise.
Amit, can you please explain again this last example?
Which one? The set one.
No, this one, this A
Which one?
from 5 to 0, comma -2.
Okay.
This one.
Okay. So what is the starting point?
5
So what is the difference?
-2.
-2. What is the end point?
-1. It will become -1, right?
0. So why it will become -0, -1?
Like endpoint -1.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what is the output? Like this value it is printing. Okay. So what is the difference? Difference is negative. This one. Correct.
Yes.
So 1 and 2. What value will get? This value. After this dictionary, it will print list.
1, 2, 3.
Correct. After the second, okay, how much difference? 2. So 1 and 2. What is the value?
1.2.
That's it.
Okay. So
Same
this
sequence.
0 -1, it will be taking -1, right? Endpoint -1.
Yes.
Okay.
So see guys, simple thing. Whatever the things we are doing in positive, same thing we are doing in negative. But what we have done, we have changed the sequence. Earlier we are saying checking left to right because positive index we have. Okay. So by default we have positive index. If we have negative index, then you have to change the value. That's it. Nothing else. Rest of the thing will be same only.
So because there is negative indexing, we are printing from right to left also.
Yes. Because
Okay.
otherwise there is no useful for the, if we are printing negative index. So if the user will provide negative index, it should give some Python should give some validation error. So you
Okay.
cannot use that negative.
Okay.
Okay,
I
you
mean,
can type.
this is,
Yeah.
sorry, this is Hector here.
Yeah.
So just to replay my understanding here. So basically you're saying that we place our reference in some position. In this case is number 5, which is Amit Python.
Yeah.
Right? Is
Yeah.
a dictionary Amit Python. And then you say you will be jumping -2, right?
Yes.
Which
Yeah.
is right to left,
Yeah.
1 and 2, then it'll print 1, 2, 3, a list. And then
Yeah.
again, it'll print another jump of 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So, sorry, 1, 2,
Yeah.
which is 1.2.
1.2 float value. Yes.
So it'll be jumping -2, -2,
Yes. So
as
why?
long as the range permits.
Yes.
Okay. So if this would be positive, it'll
Then
be in another direction, right?
yeah. So if you will use positive value, then it will not print anything. Because this concept will not work, because in the positive value we are printing, we are saying left to right, so it will not print anything. So if you want to print, okay, then what you have to do? You have to change the value like this. Now it will work. So the difference one will be, the concept will be same, either you are using negative or positive.
Cool. So the difference value that you put in there is nothing more than the jumping value, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
you're
that-
basically jumping.
Yeah, that was the difference or step value. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it goes from, you're telling the program to go from value 0, which is 1 in
Yeah.
this case,
Yeah.
and then to jump 2 values, which is
Yes. Become
to
this one. So this value will
0
be
to
considered.
string.
Yeah. So 0. So we is starting with 1. So one value is 0. 0 value is 1. So after that, what is difference? 2. So we will jump this value. Oh, sorry. This value and 1.2. These two value will be jumped. And after that, what value will got? String.
String.
We have printed string. The same thing
Okay.
again we will do. One value. So this value will consider 1 and 2. And after that, what value we have? 7, 8, 9.
Correct.
So it will print 7, 8, 9.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay. Any doubt? Anyone?
It means, Amit, based on the value, means difference value. Let's say if it is a positive, it will traverse from left to right,
Mhm.
and if it is negative, it will traverse from right to left.
Mhm.
And we have the scope start point as plus end point, and if the start point is greater and end point is less, in case of negative, then it will, because it will traverse from right to left, so
Mhm.
therefore it is nothing to print. That's why there is empty string at that moment, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, understood. Yeah.
Okay, so guys, do one thing. You can practice from your side. Okay, it's a interesting one. Okay, so you can apply with list and tuple and string. Okay, so you can see practice. You will get more scenario. You will get more understanding on that. Okay, so let's start the list inbuilt function. Okay, so yesterday I told you when we are using dir function and we are seeing multiple functions. Okay, some function is starting with underscore underscore. So as I told that in Python has some meaning. So we are saying any function which is starting with underscore underscore, we are saying special function. Some people are saying is a magic function. Some people are saying this is a dunder function. Okay, so what is that meaning? Okay, so if any function which start with underscore and ends with underscore, that is called magic, dunder, or special one. Okay, so generally what we happen, magic method or like special are not meant to be invoked by directly by you. Okay, so generally what happens, this is called internally from the class. Okay, so like whatever the function will see underscore underscore str. So this function, what it does, it will take any value, any object, and it will convert the string representation. Okay, so internally what Python is doing, like internally they are doing lot of operation which user cannot understand. So what Python has done, they have given some meaningful function which user can understand. Okay, so like whatever the underscore function we are seeing, so generally Python use internally. Okay, but that meaning user cannot understand. So what they have done, they have given some substitute to end user. Okay, so let's see and we'll understand this concept. Yes. So here we are getting the combination of this one, normal and special function. Okay, so first we will discuss this one. So add. Okay, so I will give you example so you will understand why we are not using this special function. Okay, so guys, tell me if I will write a equal to 5, correct? And after that, I will say 7. So after that, if I will print a, then what value it will print? 12. So internally what happens, if you'll see this line, so user can understand plus operator. Okay, but internally Python, how it will take care this value is like this: a dot underscore underscore add underscore underscore and add this one. Okay, so user is seeing like this, but Python internally is handling this situation like this. Okay, so if you want to check, I will show you. So if I will print num, then what value it will print?
I guess, Amit, you need to print num dot underscore underscore add underscore 10.
Okay, so as internally Python is doing, so when we will discuss that oops concept, so that time you will get a more clear understanding. Okay, so internally Python is working like this, but as a end user, it is printing plus operator. Okay, so don't worry, like we will discuss the oops concept, then I will show you the real-time example of this special method function. Okay, so now what we have to do, we have to see the normal function. Okay, so the normal function we will use most of the time. So I will open and remove this one. Okay, so I will say define one list. Okay, and I'll say so to print a dot append. Okay, so now you'll see like Amit, how can I say? So I'll say dir list, and you can run it. Okay, so come to this one. So append function is there. Append clear. I will just copy all these things. I don't need to run this. Okay, so we have this function. Okay, so a dot append, if you want, as I told, list is a mutable data type. It means we can add the value and we can delete the value also. So I'll say a dot append. Okay, so I want to append any value. Okay, so there's no restriction with append function. You can enter any value. So it's not so it can be a number, it can be a list, it can be anything. Okay, it will accept any object. Okay, so append function, what is it? Whatever the value you will provide this append method, so that value will be add in the end of the list. So I will say I'm printing Amit. Okay, and I will print a. So this method, append function method, what will do? It will add the value. It will not return anything. So if I will use print a and append dot Amit, so it will print none. So what it does, it will perform the functionality. So now you have to cross verify that append function is working fine or not. Then you have to print the updated list. So I will run. It is printing. So what we have done, we have appended Amit in A. After that, we are printing the updated list. So we can see, yes, it is printing in the end of the list. Okay, so append can accept any value. There is no restriction. In list has another function also, which can take only the iterable value. Okay, so I will show one more method that is called a dot extend. Extend method is there. This one. So this method is saying, I will not accept each and every value. I will accept only iterable value. So as we know in Python, accept number, every data type is iterable. So if I will give 1, Okay, and I will run this line, it will throw error. What is the value? Int object is not iterable. Okay, now I'll say like float. So again, it will throw error. Float object is not iterable. Okay, now if I will say some complex value, so again it will throw error. Complex value. So it is accepting only iterable thing. Okay, so I'm not sure like this Jupyter Notebook Pro help text or not. Okay, but if you are using any other IDE, so you can see the math function also. So I will show you. Suppose I'll say where dot. Okay, so here you can see it is providing all the text support. Okay, so if you are using extend function, so you can say it is using self comma iterable. Okay, so ignore as of now this self you can ignore. Okay, so because when we discuss the oops concept, that time you will get to know what is the self and what value we will provide. So here we are not writing the code inside the class. Okay, so we can ignore it. Okay, so it will accept only iterable. But if you see append, it is printing object. Okay, so in Python everything, because Python support oops concept, so in Python everything is an object. So the extend function will not accept any object, it will accept only iterable values. Okay, so if I will give here Python, so now it will take this value, and what will happen? Now you will understand why this extend function accept the iterable value. So what it will do, it will take whatever the value you have given, it will iterate, and each and every character will become a element of the list. Okay, so let's see. Append function will do this thing, but extend function will behave differently. Okay, so here you can see why it is printing 2 times. Okay, so here you can see we have given this Python. So each and every character will become a individual element of this list. So what Python has done, Python has extended this list. So that's why extend function will take the iterable values. Okay, now, so guys, these are the inbuilt function. Inbuilt function means the Python has already written this function, whatever the functionality they have given. Okay, so as a user, you cannot do anything. If you want to perform some different functionality, then we have to write our own function. Okay, so this is the Python built-in function. So Python already written the meaning for this. Now,
So Amit, with the extend, we cannot add a string, it seems, right?
we can use string, na extend. This is string only, na Python.
Yeah, but it is coming as a individual character.
Yes,
in the list.
Yeah, because it is taking only iterable value. So string we can iterate, list we can iterate. Okay, so why it is taking? Because why it is accepting iterable value? Because it will iterate that value, and each and every character will become a element of the list. So that's why it is extend function. So what is doing? It is extending our list. So that's why it is accepting the iterable thing. So it don't think like it will print this Python. It is accepting in string input. Okay, and convert in the string is in the individual element of the list. So this will accept number. It will accept each and every data type.
And any use case means in append and extend, how to differentiate?
What is the difference between this output and this output?
Yeah.
What is the difference according to you?
With me, it seems that it is taking a single means Amit as a string, and means collective of data, you can say meaningful. But in the extend where individual character is adding,
So
it
append,
does not make any sense. Means
no,
if
it
we
is,
see collectively.
so like as a user, because we are the beginning level, so we are not able to understand the meaning of this extend function. So append is saying like I will append any value, whatever the value you will give, I will append that value as it is. Okay, either you can get number, string, list, tuple, anything. Okay, but extend function say functionality I have to extend a list. So how can I extend? I have given Python. So if I will use print Python as it is, like the append is doing. Okay, so there is no meaning append and extend function. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
correct, correct.
So Python is saying like we have to extend our existing list with the whatever the user is giving input. Okay, so user has given Python. So Python will say, okay, this is the iterable. So what I will do, I will iterate this whole data type, whatever the user has given, and we will extend. Our intention is we have to extend the list at the according to user input. So what is then? It will take P is the separate element, Y is the separate element, T is the separate element. So when you will go in when you see case study, okay, that time you will get to know like why this extend function, where we can use this extend function. Okay, so the intention of this extend is we have to extend our existing list. Okay,
Okay.
Python had not written anything is useless like that of thing. Okay, because we are implementing this extend function in most of the scenarios. Okay, so when we will write the program, that time you will get a clear picture like in which situation we can use extend function. Okay.
Can we extend the tuple also inside this?
Yes.
The tuple will not be the mutable, right? Means how this will work.
Yeah, you are saying something. So yes, it's, this one is list tuple is a immutable. Okay, but here what we are doing? We are applying.
We are operating on list, not on tuple.
So we are taking this value. So if
Okay, yes, yes, yes. Correct, correct.
Got it?
Yes, Amit, yeah. We are actually adding, that's it.
Okay, now
ये तो लैपटॉप पे भी आता है
so
पैसे मिलते हैं फालतू में कर दो पैसे मिलते हैं फालतू में किया तो पैसे
so let's see another function, a dot copy. Okay, so now what we are doing, we have explicitly defined this a. Okay, we have explicitly defined this a, and now here we are using a dot copy. So what we are doing, we are copying the reference. Okay, so I'll say a, and now I will print b. So b will print the same value which a is printing. Okay, so there is one separate thing topic also, shallow copy and deep copy. Okay, we will discuss later, not now. So here you just understand whatever the value we have in the in a, we are copying and we are assigning to b. So a we have explicitly defined, b are just copying the value, and both are printing the same output. Okay, a dot count. Okay, count is a simple method. So suppose you want to check, because here we are using very small list. Okay, so here we can check easily, but in the real time you will get a very huge list. Okay, so we are checking the count of any particular element of the list. So I'll say like 1 is coming 2 times, 3 is coming also 1 time, 2 times. So I'll say what is the count of 1? So what is the count of 1? 3. 1, 2. Why it is printing 3? Count of 1.
I think in below it is taking the tuple input also.
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't use this. I will comment this one. Yeah, so count of 1 is 2, 1 and 2. Okay, if you want to check the count of 4, so what is the count of 4 here? Only 1 time, so it should print 1. is printing 1. Okay, so count function, what it does, it will check the count of that particular element. Now the same thing we will do with another function, a dot index. Okay, so this function, what it does, whatever the value you will provide, it will return the index. It will return the value of that. So I'll say I want to check the index of 5. So what is the index of 5? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see. So it is printing 4. So index functions, what we have to do, you have to give any value. If the value is available, then it will return the index. If the value is not available, then so it will not in list. Okay. So now if you'll do the same thing in the pie chart, so what will be the output? Can anybody tell me? Not in list. Okay, now I will just comment this also. A dot, what will say, insert. Okay, so insert is interesting. So insert is saying, like we have seen append and extend function. So some people ask, like guys, why whenever we are using append and extend, it is appending the value and extend the list over. But the problem is why it is adding that value in the end of the list. I mean, my requirement is like I want to add my element like in the beginning also, in the middle also. Okay, it user will decide like where I have to add that value. So in that situation, we will use insert function. Okay, so I'll say insert 0 index value. What value will provide? Like I'll say 1. So I will say Amit. Okay, and I will run print A. So here you can see it is printing Amit at the 0 index. Now you'll say, no, I want to index like 3, and I will run. Okay. It is printing 3rd also. So if you avoid this one, so I will write comment this thing, this also, and say a dot insert 0 colon. I mean, so instead of 0, I will say 3. Now I still taking the reference this one. Okay, so this is the actual value. Okay, so at the 3rd index, it is printing Amit. Okay, anyone has any doubt, guys? Hello.
So we are going to insert based on the index what we are passing, right?
Yes. So whatever the index you will get, it will add that value. Okay. So now we have a pop function. So pop and remove. Okay. So both.
Okay, so
Amit,
all these
Yeah, go on, Chandan.
insert
No problem.
Yeah, you can ask question. Chandan.
append.
Chandan, your voice is breaking. It's for me or for everyone?
Separately.
Yeah,
Then what
for me
we'll do?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me, Amit?
Yeah. Now I can hear you.
So what I'm saying is all these values like append, extend, or insert. So these are taking one input at a time, is it? Say,
Yes.
and if in case if wanna insert 2 values, say Amit and Saxena separately to the list.
Yeah.
Amit at some different index, say 3, and Saxena at index 5. So in that case, what we'll have to do? We'll have to call it twice, or can it be done in one call only?
We cannot done in one. Okay. We have to do, because the thing is, this is a inbuilt function. Okay. So if you want to check the functionality, you can check like Python has already written. So it will. So here you can see, guys. So that's why I will prepare the pie chart. because it's provided. So here you can see if you want to add the value. So see. So what is the var dot append? Okay. So how many value it, how many parameters accept? 2. So cell we are ignoring because we are not writing the code in C. So it can accept only one parent object. Okay. So now the same thing was extend. How many value? One value, one parameter. Okay. Now if you're using insert, so here you can see index and object. So index means in what index, what it's which index you want to insert the value, and object it what value you want to insert. So you have to check, this is the function definition, method definition. So you will understand how many parameters this function can accept. Okay, if you give the extra one, okay, so it will throw error. Got it? So if you want to do this thing, Amit and Saxena, so you have to run that function 2 times. Got it, Chandan? Chandan, can you hear me? I think there's some problem.
Yes, Amit.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry, I was on it.
Yeah, no problem. So let's see another function. So we have pop. Yeah, we are talking about the pop and remove. So guys, pop and remove both are doing the same function, perform the same thing. What is that? It will remove the value. Okay. So now the question is, why Python is using the 2 functions with for the same functionality? No. Okay. Python will not do this thing. Okay. So let's see what is the difference between pop and remove. So if you want to remove the value, so let's say a dot pop. Okay. So in the pop will accept the index. You have to give the index value. Okay. So I'll say I will give the what is the value? 0 index value. So what is the 0 index value? 1. So it will remove that 1. So I will say 0 and I will run. So it is removing 1. So if I will print the updated list, so this one you will not get it in that. So I will run. So here you can see 2, 3, Amit, 4, 5, 1. Now the thing is, Amit, it is printing 1 here. So pop function, what it does, it will delete the first occurrence of that value. So if we are giving multiple 1, so what it do? Whatever the first value it will start from left to right, and the left hand side, it whenever it will get 1, it will remove that value. Rest of the value will be same. Now you'll say like, Amit, I want to delete all the occurrences. So what you have to do? We have to write our own function, user defined function, because these are the built-in function. Okay. Any doubt? Anyone?
It removes the value, right? Not the value at the index, right? I got confused.
So this 0, what is 0 index value?
1.
1. So it will delete 1. Okay. So I will show you in remove, like out. So pop function will takes only index. Index. So in the pop, it will take only index, whatever the index you have given, and it will do. So pop function will not get to know like what is the value is 1 or 2 or 3. Whatever the value it will get, it will delete. So the functionality which I'm telling you, that comes in remove. Okay. So let's see. A dot remove. Okay, so remove function will do also the same thing. It will remove the value, but here we will not provide the index. I will directly provide the value, which value we want to delete. So I will say I want to delete 1. Okay, and I will run and print A. So what will happen? It is printing 1 value, or it will print all the values.
It has removed 1, all the occurrences of 1.
Okay, so now let's restart. It will not remove all the occurrences. This is the problem. That's why I don't want to use Jupyter Notebook. Okay, it confused me, or you also.
It's okay, Amit, if you don't want to use or not convenient. But the thing is that we should not omit the examples. There shall be example for I mean, future reference if you want to revisit.
Yeah, so don't worry. Like I will share that Python, whatever the things we will share in that every day. I will share the code. Okay. So you can take the reference of that one. Okay.
Okay.
It's good. Jupyter Notebook is good. Okay, because here you will get the line by line execution. It's good, but whatever the things you want, you can use it. Okay. So generally, I don't use Jupyter Notebook because of this type of thing. Because every time we have to restart the kernel, and if we have not forgot something, so it will give some confuse. Okay. For the beginners, they can be confused easily. Okay. Yeah. So for the beginners, you can use PyCharm, and the person who has already some experience, so they can use Jupyter Notebook. Okay.
Okay. No problem.
Okay. Sometimes it confused me also. Okay. If you are asking that, so I was thinking, okay, why it is giving? So that's why I don't use this one. Okay. But it's up to you guys. It's whatever you want, you can use it. There's no problem. Okay. So any doubt?
Amit, can I please? Yes, can I please explain this again? Because see, even pop is doing the same thing and remove is doing the same thing. But in remove, we are using value. Okay.
Yes.
Say a dot remove one. So it should have removed all the occurrences of one, right? From the list.
No.
Why?
It will remove.
We are not targeting the index in this case, right?
Yes. So it will check. So whatever the suppose. Okay. It you know how this condition statement works. Suppose you have two conditions. Okay.
Yeah.
The one condition is correct. Okay. First condition correct. Then it will come to second condition.
No.
No. So here it is doing the thing. Functionality they have. These are the inbuilt function. Okay. So according to you, it should remove all the value. Correct. I got it. Your point. But the thing is, they are the inbuilt function. Python has written no. It will remove only the first occurrence. If you want to delete all the occurrences, then you have to write your own function. Okay.
Okay.
So Python is providing the basic functionality. Okay. On the top of that, it will say if you know a whole Python, now you can write your own function. Okay. So this is the difference between user-defined function and built-in function. So whatever the function we are seeing here, these are the built-in function.
Okay. So now when we have used remove, in this case also the index will get removed, right? Now 2 will have index 0.
Yes.
In
this condition, 0 index value is 2.
2. And even the same will happen when we use pop.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. It's just that when we are not sure about the index, we want to delete the first occurrence of the value, we use remove. Otherwise, we can use pop.
Yeah.
Interchangeably.
So it depends on the situation. You have want to use this one index value, or you want to use value directly. It's up to you. It depends on the requirement also. Correct? Everything depends on the requirement. You have to try to understand. So guys, this is the thing. Like I am telling you from day one. Okay, whatever the action you want, you can perform it, but you have to check the situation. Okay, in that situation, what will be the best use case? What value will be the best? Okay, so in Python, like you can write your own function also, or you say like, okay, I will not use my function, I will use built-in function. Yes, you can use it. Okay, so you have to check the condition. According to that, you have to take action on that. Okay. So Python, Python, whatever they have written, okay, there's some meaning. Okay, that's why they have written. Python is not doing any duplicate thing. Okay, like for the same thing we have written two functions, not like that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
In the remove function, if I don't pass anything, then it should remove all the values, right?
See. What is giving?
Yeah, it takes exactly 1 hour.
Okay, what I told, like the remove is an inbuilt function. So they have defined like what is the parameter. If you will not provide the parameter, then how it will perform the action? It will throw the error. So that's a see. Come here. I'll say print. Which function we are using? Remove. Var dot remove. So how many value? So self, as you told, we can ignore it. So one value is there. Okay. So you have to provide at least one value. Okay. So not one value. You can provide only one value. If you give more than one, it will throw error. If you give less value, or it will not give any input, then again it will give error. Okay. So here it can accept only one. If I say 2, okay, it will throw error. So what is it? List remove takes exactly one argument. 2 is given. Got it?
Yes.
Yeah. Just a second, guys. I will take a 2-minute break. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, guys. Sorry. Actually, Apurva called me to call her. Okay, because she wants to take feedback of the class. Okay, because like she got some negative feedback for this class. Okay, so she wants to come and take your feedback. Okay. Okay. Let's start. So this one we remove function we have seen. Okay, so I will just comment this thing and see after remove we have reverse. Okay, so guys tell me if I will use reverse. Okay, so what reverse function does? So printing reverse format or not? This is our input, correct? So 1 2 3 4 5 1. So 1 5 4 3 2 because one we have removed. Okay, cool. So it is reversing or not value? Yes or no, guys? Reverse function is reverse the value, so it is reverse the value. So they are not doing anything special here. Okay, so now what is the next function is short. So short function is important. Okay, and if I will give this one value, I will add Amit. Okay, so now I will use just comment this thing and I'll say a dot short. Okay, so now I will run, so it will give output or it will give error. See carefully, check our input. What is the input? 1 2 3 4 5 1 and Amit, correct? And what function we are using? Short. So short function by default what it does, it will print a value in ascending format by default. So if I will run, so what value it will print, guys? See the input.
It will be error.
Sorry,
It may throw an error.
it will give throw error, correct? Okay, any other input? Who will tell why it will throw error?
Because we're trying to sort string and integer, different data types.
Correct. Okay, so if I will run, okay, so it will say not supported between string and integer. So whenever you are using any short function, you have to give the same type of data. Okay, so I will remove. So intentionally I have added this one. Okay, now I will run. Okay, so it is printing the ascending format. Now you say like, no sir, we want to print in descending order. So what you have to do here, you have to pass reverse equal to true. So it is printing in descending format. Okay, anyone has any doubt? Hello, yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, Amit.
Any doubt in that?
No.
This sort function will also remove the duplicate.
No, it is printing na 1 1. Why short function will remove the value, duplicate value? It is just reversing that thing, nothing else. Sorry, it is just printing an ascending and descending format. It will not focus on the duplicate value. So in a list can store duplicate value. This condition is only for set. In the set we cannot store the duplicate value, but in list we can store same value multiple times. Okay, in the dictionary this condition will come, we cannot use same key multiple times, but in list is free. List is saying we can use any value. Okay, you can use 100 times, so it will accept 100 times. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the 11 function are available in this one list. Okay. So yesterday I told you like how you can check what is the total count and what is the special count function and what is the normal count function count. Correct? Remember or forgot?
Yes.
Yeah. So these are the list thing. Okay. Now we'll take this tuple. Okay. Tuple is also looks like a list only. So there's one interview question. So guys, tell me, tuple and list both are looks like same. Okay. So which performance wise, which is good? Anyone has any idea?
List type.
Why list?
List.
Mutable, right?
No, I think unmutable is having good performance.
Correct. Okay. So performance wise, tuple is good. Okay, because it's a immutable means if you define any value as tuple, so user as interpreter will understand. User cannot change anything. Okay, so performance wise, it will not check each and element. So because no, you as a tuple, so user cannot change anything. So performance wise, tuple is good, not list.
Amit, one more doubt. I'm sorry. Regarding that remove function, can we also pop a value? Remove a value also we can do, right?
In the pop function.
No, in the remove function, we can remove an only value we can remove, right? We cannot give index, right? I just wanted to confirm.
Yeah. So in that pop function, we will provide the index, and remove function, we will provide the value.
Okay.
So I will say first see the tuple properties. So first is tuple can store any type of data. Tuple is a mutable or immutable?
Immutable.
Immutable.
So tuple can use support indexing and slicing. Say something, guys.
Yes.
Okay. As I told yesterday, like if we have defined tuple and we have provided only single value and we are not using comma. So whatever the first value we will provide, okay, it will take the type of that value. Okay. So please use comma. Okay. Then tuple can be used so tuple can be used as a key in dictionary. Okay, what is that meaning? Just 1 minute, Apurva called. Okay, guys. So Apurva is joining to take your feedback. Okay, so provide your feedback because like yesterday Apurva called me and like some people has some problem. Okay, so please provide your input about the class. Okay. So now tuple can be used as a key in dictionary. Okay. So why we are using tuple can be used as a key in dictionary? Because key must be unique in dictionary and the tuple is a immutable data type. So so whatever the immutable data type can be used as a key in dictionary. So number, string and tuple, these three data types can be used as a key in dictionary. Okay. List cannot be used because list is a mutable data type. Okay, so first thing is if the tuple is an immutable data type. It means we cannot perform addition and deletion operation, correct? So how many functions are available? So in the int tuple, we have only two functions, two normal functions. So let's see. So I'll say print. Which function I will use? dir. I will run. Okay, I'll come here. So how many functions? Count and index, correct? Let's see. Count and index. So we can use a dot count. So count function, what it does?
It will count the numbers.
So guys, if I will run this program, it will throw error.